preliminary attraction. In part 2, the previous volume of this book, we have mentioned that Madhur Ras with Sri Bhagavan can be relished in basically 3 stages. The first one is Purva Rag, preliminary attraction. 2, Milan, the conjugal pastimes. And 3, Viroha, pastimes and separation. As part 1 and part 2 extensively narrate Vishnupriya's Viroha Lila with Gauranga, this volume will focus on his Nitya Milan. And here the setting will shift to Golok Navadvip Dham, where the pastimes unfold in Astakal sequences. Astakal are the 8 select time periods in a 24-hour day. But before this volume's topic begins, let's relish some examples of Purva Rag for Gauranga. Sri Rupa Goswami defines Purva Rag in Ujjala Nilomani. Ratir Jasangamat Purvam Darshan Shravanadi Ja Taror Umilati Pragyai Purva Raga Sauchate. You want to stop now just a second?
Yes.
Okay. Translation.
Right.
Before a hero and a heroine meet, in other words, the Nayak and the Nayika, before their meeting, their mutual attraction becomes aroused by first seeing or hearing about the other. This stage is called Purva Rag by the learned. This is from Ujjal Nilamani. Let's now illustrate Sri Rupa's verse with an example of how someone becomes attracted to Gauranga simply by seeing him. It's early morning in Navadvip. A newly married girl is heading for the Ganga's shore. As her loosened hair blows in the wind, she carries a water jug cocked over her hip. That's the difference. In Navadvip, the girls carry their water jugs over their hip. But in Vrindavan, they carry them on their heads. The gopis carry their water jugs on their head. But the Nadia girls of Nadia carry them cocked over their hips. Like this. That's the difference. Here comes a girl. She's coming to bathe in the Ganga. And she's carrying her water jug. And while viewing the Dham's beautiful scenery, her mind turns jubilant. But upon arriving at the bathing ghat, her attention is stolen. There stands a beautiful youth, whose golden limbs light up the 10 directions. The Nagari is mesmerized. Thus she contemplates, I'm a new housewife from a Brahmin family of spotless reputation. So why am I allowing my eyes to turn restless and linger upon this handsome fellow? But soon the Nagari becomes dumbfounded. She just can't remove her eyes from viewing Gaura's immaculate limbs. His eyes are alerted, and like restless honeybees, they soar to land upon the Nagari's lotus face. Oh-ho! Their eyes meet. And the Nagari panics. Oh my God! His wanton glance is more devastating than Cupid's mighty thunderbolt. The Nagari flushes with sattvic emotion, shivering, standing of the hairs, and tears of elation overtake her. But where has he gone? Gaura has suddenly disappeared. And the Nagari is left reeling in the ocean of his attractive bodily limbs. His attractive bodily splendor, excuse me. After a while, the Nagari's external consciousness returns, and she cries, Hi, hi! Oh, what did I see? Oh, how will I fix my mind on household duties again? While thus deliberating, she bathes and quickly heads home. But then she meets the girl next door, who is coming to bathe at the ghat. The puzzled Nagari thus confides in her and offers the following testimony. This is a Purva Rag song written by Lochan Das Thakur. Sochit Gora Kamed Kora Deklam Gatera Kule Oh Shoki, I saw Sachinandan standing at the ghat. He's just like comedy, just like Madan Mohan. Chachor chule beria bale, nova mola tira male. And over his forehead, his elegant curling hair was falling over his forehead so wonderfully. And on top, his hair was braided in a top knot. And on both sides, there was malati garlands hanging on both sides. Kacha shona lage grina, orupa tulana dite. Now when I see molten gold, I spit on it, because it has no comparison with its beautiful limbs. Eno chitta chora monohara, naiko avanite. Where else is there such a mind thief in the whole three worlds? I don't think there's any one more beautiful than him. Ki arbocho go shoy tomai bujaboki snane jete shoki sate amigora dekitsi. What more can I say, Shoki? When I went to bathe, then I saw him, Gauranga. Now, I don't know what to... Se rupa deki dutiaki firaite nari. And I couldn't retract my eyes from him. Punatari dek bartore koto sada kori. Now, I have such a strong yearning to see his beauty again. I can't remain patient. Kiar bolbogo shoy tumito achol balo. Okay, and then what starts to happen is this, the girl she's explaining this to, she's looking at her like she's crazy, you know. What are you saying? Let me go just directly to the translation and tell you what's going on here. Oh Shoki, Mother Sachi's Gora is the abode of Cupid, and I just saw him at the Ganga's ghat. His lovely curling hair tossed so elegantly over his forehead, and his topknot was bound with malati garlands. Now even molten gold irks me, for it is nothing compared to his effulgent limbs. So is there such a heart stealer or mind thief anywhere else in the whole creation? But what are you saying, Shoki? And how can I explain it to you? When I went to bathe, I saw Gauranga. Then I could not retract my eyes from him. And now I only hanker to see his exquisite beauty again. Oh Shoki, what more can I say? You are still acting normal. So I guess that my heart's confession will have to remain inside. Gora always fills my mind, whether I am awake or asleep. Lochan Das says, only those who see him will know what I'm talking about. Purport. This is from Damali by Lochan Das, the author of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The intoxicating spell of Madhur Prem begins with Purvarag. And Purvarag awakens from a bhakta's insatiable attraction for Sri Bhagavan's beauty. Thus our Nagari in question has totally changed. She has now become Gaur Pagalini, love blind for Gauranga. Purvarag is like spring's arrival in the forest of one's heart, Prem's budding stage. First, the consort's mind submerges in Sri Bhagavan's enticing form and romantic attributes. Then her heart becomes forcefully subjugated as her prem-moistened thoughts dwell constantly on the Lord. Returning to our Nagari in question, her heart has already softened due to Prem's awakening. She thus sees her world from a new perspective of innocence to contemplate. Surely others will understand my plight. Let me try and explain. But unfortunately, the first girl she meets isn't a Rosika. Thus, in hearing the Nagari's heartfelt testimony, she reprimands her instead. "Oh, Shoki, have you gone mad? Didn't I attend your wedding a few weeks ago? And I saw that your husband is handsome and qualified. So how can you now speak of romance with another person? Oh, what will your new family say about this? And won't the people in general scorn you? Chi-chi." Let's analyze this for us. Lochan has written his previous poem for two types of listeners. It is for those Leela associates, and for us too. From the Leela's perspective, Lochan places his Nagari in a Parakiya setting. Indeed, she has many adversaries who will try and thwart her Madhur Milan with Gora. Thus it is synonymous with Vrindavan, where we find many Jatilas and Kutilas who stand ready to thwart the gopis' meeting with Krishna. In Ujjala Nilamani, Sri Rupa quotes Bharat Muni, "Atraiva paramutkarshaya shringarasya pratishtita. Bohu barjate jata kulu jatra prachanna kamukta twancha. Ja cha mitu durlabhata sa manomasya paramaroti." Nayaka Bed Praparan. Translation: the love which is condemned by society and the codes of religion, and which is very hard to attain by the hero and the heroine, even though they nurture an extreme yearning to meet each other, is Cupid's highest form of love. Readers, just consider. If a pretty young girl happens to fall in love with someone other than her husband, to whom can she tell? Hence, Gauranga's separation is not only pierces the Nagari's hearts, they also are shrouded by the great fear of becoming discovered with him.